taku api, chante washte na pe choose api, we chalata we imachi api. I want to send out a greeting with a warm handshake and a good heart. My Lakota name is Echoes After Woman. My English name is Joyce Wheeler. And I'm here to talk a little bit about the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation and the Oglala Lakota people, who are my people.
For 2007, we had almost 1,401 kids at risk for diabetes. And in 2008, we had 1,380 kids at risk for diabetes. And the numbers that
That's almost half.
The numbers I'm going through now are going to be pretty much the same. We're in the pattern, upward pattern, you know, for at-risk behavior. So
half, 50%.
Yeah, actually it was, in 2007 it was 50%. In 2008 it was 55%.
Here, the people that live here, we live in a completely different world. I mean, it may not be overseas, it may not be even outside the United States border, but it is a different world. We live different here. There's people who live in extreme poverty. They don't have running water. They don't have propane. You know, they don't have a lot of things. They know how to live. You know, they know how to live.
Oh, the other side was all black from the mold. Then they all the way around the edges, about 2-3 feet black mold, and all the kids have asthma. We had nowhere to go. We had to live here. Yes, my whole family has asthma. My grandkids are asthmatic, or so I said, chronic asthma. Yeah, they want to come home, but it's a home ownership home. So whatever they get, they have to get on their own, and nobody has money around here like that to buy windows, things they need, you know. Well, that you see, it was like black fur. All of this was all black fur, you know. But now it's white. I don't know why.
It's cold. Dormant in the sunlight. It's dormant. Dormant, I mean.
But they abandoned this house. See that? You can just see it coming on the walls. They abandoned the house because it's not worth living in. They just left it. And grandkid. Well, she has more grandkids now. These girls are of age. These are just school pictures now.
This is an old picture?
Yeah, it's old.
Hold it still if you can.
See that one in the blue, the dark one right here? From moving to Rapid City, got into alcohol. They all got into alcohol, real bad. So this one has to be in JDC until she turns 21, I think. So.
And they were living here for how long?
This is their home since they're babies. So, you know, now they can't live in that. You know, they want to never worked. But you know, so it's a home ownership home. They won't help you. The tribe won't help you. The district won't help you. It's very hard out here, as you know, to live this kind of life. The way the whole family lives in Rapid now. It used to be a really a lot of grandkids running around in here. You know, look how quiet it is now. Everything's just all over. It used to be a nice house.
And this is this little space heater is your sole source of heat?
That's the only heat we got. Because all these outlets burnt out except for from the first room, so we run this cord from the first room.
I guess a lot of kids are born into alcoholism. A lot of kids are born into like the drug problem here, you know, and they don't ask for that, you know, and it's just the way it is, you know.
Like I said, going back to the gangs, that the kids here, the young people that we say are gangbangers, etc., they're looking for a family, they're looking for a place to belong. A lot of the drugs, the trafficking is associated with those. So what are we going to give them? What are we going to give our young people so that they're not doing it in a negative way? How are we going to propel them forward so that they can believe in themselves and have that self-love and self-love for each other. I think it goes back to having something for them to do.
Guys got together, the Thunder Lake Promotions. We named it that because of where we're at and our spiritual ways told us this is what we wanted. This is the name that we chose. So primarily we wanted to stop gang violence and keep the kids from drugs and alcohol.
Well, statistically, Pine Ridge Indian Reservation is one of the poorest nations or poorest counties in the United States. It's anywhere between 85 and 95% unemployment, personal experience.
Putting us here on the reservation was like putting us in a war camp. There's nothing here for anybody. There's nothing here. We don't have things that the cities have to where these kids can go out and say, well, I want to be an actor. I want to be, a governor. I want to be something different, an astronaut. We don't have that stuff here. Once you get to a certain age, you either have to go off to school or else you have to just stay home and have kids and basically raise a family. We don't have those options here, People don't know how to survive once we go off the reservation, and that's just a problem. It's always been a problem, and it probably will be unless we
About
get
the
some help.
spiritual aspects of our people and the self-belief and self-love that's missing in our young people. I believe that a big part of that is that self-love and not having that, not being able to find that within themselves, but seeking it outside of themselves, whether it's through drugs and alcohol, relationships, fast cars, anything that's can fill that empty void that they feel inside. And that goes back to a lot of our spiritual teaching.
It starts at 14. Alcoholism here on the reservation usually starts anywhere from 12, 14 years old, and it progresses through life. There's people that are in their 30s that have cirrhosis and they're probably going to die because they don't want to quit drinking. The drinking on the reservation, the drug use, things like that. I think my personal thought on this is, I think there's nothing to do on the reservation. I think people feel confined. They never experience what's outside the reservation to really have that spark in their life to want to do something better. Because you go around the reservation and you see a house that, there's trash there in the yard, there's 10 dogs running around, it's just not it's not like picture perfect.